is gone. I mean, I've got it bad. I've tried to make believe that I'm not sad. Not a single soul to cheer me, and I'm so forlorn. No one to hear my cries unsympathized. Nobody knows but my pillow and me. Nobody knows half the troubles I see. It's my delusion. Life is not a sweet song. It's my conclusion that the whole
Hello Space Engineers, my name is Wellington6012 and welcome to my planet. This is Hephaestus Prime. So this is the first of what I intend to be a series of episodes following my journey through the Space Engineers universe. I'm fairly new to the Space Engineers game and well, I'm very new to making YouTube videos. This is actually my first one. So we'll get started, and as we go through this first episode I'll have a bit of a chat about some of the ideas I've got and where I'm thinking of taking this build and the series. So first things first though, I need to get down off this sign. Okay, so inventory, what do we got to play with? Nothing. So traditionally with these Space Engineers videos we see the blue drop pod, and in fact my first world, that's how I started, that we can salvage, pillage, whatever you want to call it. So I decided to go with something a little bit more stripped down, came up with this little survival cache which is now finally turned up. I was actually waiting about 10 minutes for it, must have put it a little bit too high in orbit, and it's going to land over there somewhere, hopefully not on top of that big hill. So yeah, Space Engineers, I've only, as I say, just started playing it not long ago. A bit late to the party. In some ways I think that's a good thing, just looking at how it used to be and the updates that have now come through and the game it is now compared to when it first came out. So my timing's probably actually pretty good, I think, with the DLCs, both of which I've got, the Frostbite and the Sparks of the Future, as we fast forward over this. And yeah, I've briefly raced through the tutorial scenarios, and the one that I spent a bit of time on was the Never Surrender scenario, basically sandbox, and did that on the Triton planet, moon, whatever you call it, the ice planet. And yeah, haven't actually been to the Terran planet, this one here, the Earthlight, the Hephaestus Prime, which we'll talk more about the name later. And yeah, haven't been to Mars. I've spent about 10 minutes on the moon, and I haven't been to the alien planet, so only seen them in other people's videos. As the survival cache drifts down to the ground, touchdown, and have a look at what's in here. So just the bare minimum, which are around the back. So got a hydrogen bottle in here and in a hydrogen tank. Now as you can see, not a lot of ice around here, so I don't know how long that's going to last, but we'll see how it goes. And just the basic tools, which I'll put onto my bar. And then we'll have to start thinking about some stone rather than sand, because I don't think sand is that good for refining. Yeah, I think we're better off with rock, which one of those rocky outcrops looks quite promising. Wasn't a lot of sand on Triton, and when I say wasn't a lot, there was none. Snow and ice, and lots of rock, and more snow and more ice. And I think the sand's quite deep, so I'll be digging a hole halfway through to the other side of the planet, which I'll probably get stuck in. So it'll mean a bit going back and forth, which is just, yeah, as we all know, part of the Space Engineers game getting started is hand drilling so you can get something going. So yeah, what my intentions are is to start off with the mobile base here. So kind of start off with the building blocks of a traditional base with the assembler and the basic refinery, but I will convert that into a wheeled vehicle. What I want to do is have a bit of an explore with that. So as soon as I can move, I will move, and we'll just build it along the way. Have a bit of explore of the planet because I've not been here before, and I want to set up my base proper in some nice green leafy valley up on the foothills of the mountains, and proceed to bury myself underneath said mountains. Yeah, nice big subterranean base. Keep myself safe from all the nasties that might be out there, which I don't think there are actually any nasties out there in this particular game. I've just done a blank custom world basically. Haven't got any mods, it is just the vanilla game plus the 2 DLCs. That said, see how the game goes, might put a mod in here and there once I've learnt the game a bit more. Some of those rival AI space piratey type spawning mods, there's a few out there I think, which give them a go and maybe get a bit of excitement in there, bit of challenge. I haven't done any sort of gunplay as it were in the last game, kept a pretty safe environment. So we'll get a few loads of the stone. Don't think you really need to sit through and watch this. I'm sure you've seen plenty of other people drilling, so we'll just skip this bit. This survival cache has a decent sized battery in it. Don't quite know how I'm going to hook it up to the main grid, not anytime soon, so I think putting a solar panel on it just to keep it topped up is a good idea. The last thing I want to do is run out of energy, especially for the survival kit, if somehow I manage to fall off a cliff and kill myself or something. So we'll put that on. The build planner I struggle with in the survival kit. I've used it quite a bit, not so much for actually getting the stuff manufactured, but certainly for just the old right click to add stuff to the planner and then be able to get those bits and pieces out of a cargo container. That's yeah, I find that quite good. But yeah, still just coming to grips with actually using it to manufacture the raw materials, which you don't really have to worry about too much later on, it's only at this stage. So I think it's something to do with this kit. Maybe it's going through the front or something. Might have to go through the other entry, but yeah, I mean that's still got 3 bars anyway, so we'll be sweet with that. Right, so speaking of power, probably wind farms is really the best way to go. So we need to start off with a bit of a foundation. Now, I guess there's no point putting a wind turbine in until we've actually got something to power. But I can still place where it's going to go and start to lay out the vehicle. I can put a couple of the axles in place now just to figure out where I can put the other stuff. Yeah. And once I've built like a refiner or something, then I'll throw the then I'll throw the wind turbine in. So I just need to load up my bar with some more bits and pieces. So we'll go to the second one and I'll throw in the wheels and stuff. Wheels. Haven't unlocked it. I've got progression turned on, so I have to learn all this stuff, and I haven't got the trick of using the pod to grind down and then just weld up again to get the technology. Oh, I need to do landing gear, and then I get all those bits and pieces. Okay, cool. Oh, landing gear is pretty easy. We'll just throw that on and get that going. Maybe a little one. Could just leave it there, but no. I'll weld it up, grind it up, and get rid of it. Get it out of the way. Keep a tidy workspace. get that ahead of the ingots because they can just work in the background. And unlock technology. Fantastic. Right, so get rid of that so I don't trip over it. And now I can throw those wheels onto my toolbar. I'll set this up like I normally do. I put my welder and grinder number 1 and 2 spots, so they're always in the same spot no matter what toolbar I've got open, because nothing worse than going to use your welder and you click one and some other thing comes up, and before you know it you've placed a refinery somewhere or something. Landing gear will probably need, put the wheels, make sure they're around the right way, left on the left, right on the right. Put a cockpit in. Don't know when I'll actually put that on. And anything else? We'll need a battery. Where's the battery? It's probably got its own thing somewhere. I'm not seeing it. All caps. Oh, there it is. Right, so we need a basic assembler. Oh well, guess we're doing a basic assembler. Better put that on there. And find a spot for it. So these wheels, if I put a couple more in just to get more so off the ground and away from the survival kit than anything, I think I'll just start with a pair of axles, so there'll be a gap in between them. So I'll put one on here and got that up the right way first pop. It's not often that happens with a silly rotate thing. That might be a bit low to the ground. Oh no, still got on. I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, so now I think I can actually build these out a bit. Yeah, and just to be on the safe side, so I don't get stuck down here, I might just put a ramp up. Not that I'm running out of hydrogen anytime soon, but it's famous last words when you're stuck on the ground. I will have to figure out some way of getting in up onto this thing, some deployable ramp or something. Let's double check that these are all connected. Now, because it's quite tall, I'll just put this below everything else. In fact, I could just about put all that type of stuff in the floor. Keep a low centre of gravity. Really am struggling with this going through the front. I think we'll make a bit of a hole in the side because there's a bigger access in there. Maybe that might work better for pulling stuff in and out. Already it's telling me stuff that's better. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. So we'll keep the refinery to the back because potentially I'll have some sort of drill rig. And then what I normally do is have a container which I need to unlock. So we'll just, the thing I said I wasn't going to do, I'll do. I'll just grind this one down. See, what I normally do, I've only done it like 2 or 3 times on the last world. I have separate containers and use the sorters on pull, so it kind of keeps it tidy, and have the refineries just automatically empty out into a container for ingots, and then they can go into the assemblers, and then the assemblers just empty out into a large container with all the components. So generally I only have the components in one container on my base, and that way I can just access them. And also if I happen to throw some components into a connector or something like that, it'll just suck them away, so they are all sort of in one place. More for inventory, because the build planner will grab them from anywhere, but just being able to have one container with everything in it, then you can sort of see what you've got. It's quite good, I find, until I figure out how to use scripts and have some sort of display that tells me what's in there. But yeah, that's a long way off yet. No way am I at that stage. I know you can download them, but so I think I'll just get used to a few more basics first. So we've got this refinery built, so we may as well use it to start processing some of the stone, and then I'll do the assembler. And I'll need to chuck some conveyors between the two. Leave a bit of a gap because I don't think I can actually put the cargo container in it, because I think the large grid ones need the metal grids, the elusive metal grids, because I need cobalt for that, and I need to go and have a bit of an explore for cobalt, and I'll need an ore detector. Just change the colour on that. Because yeah, I'll need an ore detector, and I don't know if I can get the large grid vehicle built without having built the small one first. And I don't know whether I'm just going to convert the survival cache or whether I'm just going to build one straight off. I think I will just build one straight off. Yeah, that can be tomorrow's job. Get this finished so we can get some power to the refinery. Those are the last bits. And we should be good to go. Ha! Boom. Right, so that can twirl away and power things. Got the refinery going, so we can start to use that. And now I'll get the assembler, which if I put a sorter in there, then so it'll be a sorter, container, and then one of the conveyor blocks. So there's the group for the conveyors. So we'll chuck a sorter in there. Is it? There's no sorter. It's in this group, I know it is. Maybe it's not unlocked. There it is. Oh, it's not unlocked. I just need to build one thing. I probably don't even need the sorter now anyway, because I won't put the container in yet, because I haven't got the grids. So I'll put the conveyor. We'll need to go in the assembler, because I'll have refinery, sorter, container, conveyor block, but there's only one in on the assembler. Don't know why it's not double-sided. Famous last words. I get the feeling I'll be moving it. So just a conveyor will do there. Yeah, that plan is working a lot better. Just straight on the side. Oh, I can't build steel tubes in this. It's not filling up. So this is the first time I've filled it. I'm sure I've filled it before now. Oh, that's lasted a while. Sweet. Steel tubes. Okay, so I'm going to have to get the assembler built before I can hook it up to the refinery. Okay. So I'll stick with the assembler on this. I don't intend on upgrading it on this particular vehicle. And then it'll be a good vehicle for doing sort of remote stuff later on if I decide to go out somewhere else and do bits and pieces. But once I get the subterranean base set up, I'll have a whole series of bits and pieces in there. Advanced refineries and stuff. Because even though I might get ore from somewhere else, I will refine it back at the main base, I think. Unless it's something like uranium that's just heavy as anything, so probably might need an asteroid base for that. So that's a long way away. We've only got 100 metres today, pretty much, from 100 metre circle from our survival cache. So I'll throw all this into the new assembler. Survival kit only needed it for a short period, so I probably didn't need that solar panel after all, really. I'm sure I used it a lot more than this in the last time I used it on the ice planet. Just get this all knocked up. And then we should be good to go, and we can access our assembler from the refinery. Which it was, in hindsight, probably a good idea that I didn't put that sorter in. Okay, now we can access our assembler through there and grab some steel plates, because I think I just need to lay out a bit more so I can figure out where stuff's going. Also put in a platform, because I will build a buggy tomorrow, so a platform for that for me to build on and park it. Probably a bit easier to back it up to the assembler in some connection rather than using pistons and stuff, which I'm happy to use pistons, they're a bit resource heavy at the moment. We were still struggling for stone and resources. We'll do that over there, and I'll just reinforce this main one a bit so I don't do what potentially I'm about to do. Cut through the wrong thing. They look connected. Is that connected under there? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Sweet. So put another set of wheels opposite the ones I've already got, and reinforce. Put in a few extra blocks so that I don't have to worry about chopping through the wrong thing and having half my vehicle fall onto the ground and then muck around with pistons and merge blocks or rebuild to get it back to how it was, which we've all done. Probably me more so than anyone. So hopefully this, it seems, no wheel. Hopefully the front one gets a wheel, that way I can just move it at least to a better spot to attach that wheel to the back axle. 3 blocks in the middle should be enough for the old plumbing and some of the small containers. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll fit some connectors in there. And yeah, just put some blocks across the front. So battery, I need to put a battery on. Now we got that assembler built, we can make the power cells. Probably might be an idea to put another turbine in just to give that battery a good charge. And that'll probably be us for today. We're coming up on half an hour, which I think is a reasonable time for a video. My first video. This YouTube series thing, giving it a go. I find myself intentionally in the circumstance that I have a bit of time to contribute to what I think will be quite a nice little hobby, little project. I don't intend at all on becoming a full-time YouTuber or anything like that. I am a pretender. There are quite a few people out there that definitely are a lot better at it than me. So it's just a bit of fun for me to have a bit of a play with video editing and the Engineers game, which this Space Engineers, I get the impression it's going to be one that I'm going to lose a lot of time playing. And I've had that with plenty of other games. I'm into the old strategy, base building, city building, the likes of City Skylines, Civilization. Really enjoy those games, waste far too much time on them. And yeah, just sort of feel like I get to the end of them and enjoyed playing them, but really haven't got anything, no record of it. You know, the old game saves just head off into oblivion, never to be seen again. So I thought it might be nice to have some sort of, I guess, more permanent record, put it up into the cloud there and share my experiences, because I think I've got a few ideas that some people might be interested in, and kind of try and return the favour. I've got a lot of enjoyment out of watching other YouTubers playing various games, as well as of course the tutorials and that, for when I inevitably get stuck on some level at some point. So yeah, that's sort of why I'm doing it. And if you can bear with me while I figure out my way around the editing and around the YouTubing and around the talking thing, because as I say, it is quite something new to me. So hopefully not too many ums and ahs and dramatic pauses, and with the old video transitions, not too many star wipes. So of course there are already a lot of YouTube channels out there, and hopefully my one will be something a little bit different with my own ideas. I will of course take inspiration from what other people have done, really try and not copy them. Where I do blatantly copy, I mean, there's no point reinventing the wheel. I will try and acknowledge those people, of course, and encourage you to support them in the best ways that we can, using the old likes and whatever avenues of support those people have. I'm just an amateur, so yeah, just looking to share what I'm doing. So I think that's a pretty good platform, and that'll give me a bit of space next time to build my buggy, which just leaves me with the battery and that other turbine, which I'll put down here somewhere. I think I will plug up that gap at the back, because there'll be containers and stuff going here, and the battery next to the refinery. The idea is where I'm standing now is actually where all the pipes and stuff will be. Where I walk will actually be up on top of the battery at that level, which is why I've dipped the refinery down a bit. Might be a while before I get before I get the silver and the med kits and the advanced refinery, so I'll have to figure out some way of putting that survival kit on board to take it with me, because I can't see myself making a new one anytime soon. There should be enough bits and pieces for the battery. Yep, so that's operational now, and it did actually unlock something. What did it unlock? Buttons and things, and the beacon. Now we will need an antenna for the buggy, so that the orb detector works. When I jump off of it, I can still see where the deposits are. So I have to do a beacon. I have to build a beacon. Like that. Right, finish this off, and then the second turbine, which I think down the back of the platform here should be far enough away to not get any interference from the other turbine. Yeah, I'll throw it in there. So I need to manufacture some bits and pieces for that. So I'll need some steel for the tower, and I'll put the turbine on the toolbar and figure out what I need for that. Or if I just get it started, then I can do the build planner. Yeah, got a few bits and pieces. I know I need the girders for it, so I'll just get some interior plates to get it started. And yeah, that'll be good having two of those. Hopefully charge the battery up, especially since I'll probably be out adventuring a bit while I'm away. It can just tick away. It's still going to take a few hours, but something's better than nothing. So that's about the same height, a couple more. That's the same height there. Yeah. And I think we'll make that a nice yellow colour. Funny how it slows down when you paint it. Right, get it started and chuck it in the build planner. So, yep, that's all the bits and pieces, and should be good to go. Away. So lastly, tool upgrades. Probably at the point now where I can start to look at those, see what I've got available to me. And with that, I think we'll call it close to this first episode. Not sure how often I'm going to do these. Probably to start with, do them just a few days apart, get a bit of a stockpile up first, and then look to doing them once or twice a week. See how long it takes me to put these together and how much I can get through. Of course, next time we'll have a look at that buggy. Just continue to get the base set up, ready to move out. There is, of course, one way you can keep track of when the next video is. I'll give a very subtle little hint to it as we head off. See if you can spot it. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one and stay safe out there.